Good morning everyone and welcome to a new daily outlook. In today's daily outlook we're going to be discussing the major minor currency pairs alongside the DXY. So let's dive straight in and see what the DXY is doing today. As we can see, the DXY is playing out to perfection, just as most of the pairs have been doing for the past week. As we can see, we wanted to see price retrace back up towards its major swing low, and what have we currently done? We've done exactly that. As we can see, we're starting to form resistance up here at that previous swing low, which should now act as resistance due to the fact that it was support over there. And so yeah, what can we expect now? Well, if we dive down deeper into the 1 hour time frame, to be honest, it is still a little bit tricky. As we can see, we had this ascending structure over here, and we broke out of that ascending trend line. However, what you want to see when you break ascending trend lines is that you want to see price impulse towards the downside, make a minor correction on the lower time frame, and then impulse further. So what is the current problem with the DXY? Well, we're just consolidating to the side. So what can happen once price does that? Well, price can just keep on consolidating and not move in any direction. So what we need to see is a real impulse back down to a lower level. So what I want to see is if I mark out this major low on 91.134 or minor low, I want to see that low get broken and retested and then impulse further. And this has to happen on, let's say, the 15-minute time frame. So we need to break out of this consolidative range over here and see a nice impulse towards the downside to then see further downside continuation. I'm not looking for any longs due to the fact that the higher time frame is very bearish at the moment. So with the DXY discussed, let's head over to AUDCAD. And as we can see, AUDCAD retesting a previous resistance as anticipated in yesterday's outlook. So what can we expect next for AUDCAD? Well, if we dive down deeper into the 1 hour time frame, well, we can see that we're currently situated at support and at my previous reversal area. So what can we do next? Well, we can draw in our Fibonacci level. And once we draw in the fib level, what can we then see? We're currently situated at the 0.382 and at this area of liquidity over here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see more upside on this pair. Also due to the fact that we are situated within this trend line, within previous resistance and at the 0.382. So further upside, wouldn't be surprised. However, just going to keep an eye on this major ascending trend line. If we do break it, we could see more downside. So yeah, those are the two scenarios which could play out. Either a break of the trend line, retest of, let's say, this level over here, then bearish confirmation. That will give us more downside. Or if we start seeing a lot of bullish confirmation from where we currently are, I will be looking for some potential longs. So with AUDCAD discussed, let's head over to Aussie dollar. And I still have the lines on from yesterday. And as we can see, Aussie dollar is actually doing exactly what we wanted. We broke this minor ascending trend line on the 1 hour. And as we can see, we started impulsing further towards the downside. So we can remove this Fibonacci, remove the trend line, remove previous support and resistance. And what can we now see? Well, we broke this ascending trend line over here. So what am I currently looking for? Well, the problem is that in most situations you would be looking for a short. However, we are currently situated within this level of reversal over here on the 1 hour. So from here, I do expect more upside on Aussie dollar, at least still here. And if we draw on our fib, what can we then see? Well, we can see that liquidity over here aligns perfectly with the 618. So I want to see a retracement back up towards the 618 before even looking for more downside. Only problem is that we have this area of reversal over here. So it could mean that we're going to see more upside from here. So yeah, there are kind of two scenarios which could play out. So either we move back up towards the 618, back up towards liquidity, see bearish confirmation, or we could see a nice impulse further towards the upside, let's say above this area of liquidity, and that will maybe already make me look for longs. So yeah, two biases on Aussie dollar, all depends on what we're going to be doing once we near this area of liquidity over here. So with Aussie dollar discussed, let's head over to pound dollar. Pound dollar broke the trend line as anticipated, so what is next for pound dollar? Well, a minor retracement before moving further down, in my opinion. So something like this. We're going to at least touch this area of liquidity, hence why I'm going to be waiting for a nice pullback, bearish confirmation, and then a short further towards the downside, back down towards the 618 on this major impulse. So yeah, currently no longs in play for pound dollar. Only going to be looking for potential shorts. So with that said, let's head over to euro dollar. And euro dollar is also retracing beautifully from our reversal area. Currently just waiting for price to dip down a little lower. We need it to move back down towards this area of liquidity over here and to previous resistance, which should now act as support. As we can see, we have this minor head and shoulders pattern which could be in play. We might see a little spike a little higher before potentially breaking the trend line. We don't have to break the trend line, we can also just spike through and find support at previous resistance. However, I am a big fan of an overall larger pullback on these pairs, especially on the dollar pairs. Yeah. So with that said, let's head over to Kiwi dollar. And Kiwi dollar is currently situated at the third trendline touch. As we can see, came back perfectly into my circle over there. And we're currently seeing some bullish confirmation from the third trendline touch. As we can see, if we draw on our Fibonacci, we made a perfect 618 Fibonacci retracement. So 1 hour, we could see more upside. However, price is being very consolidative. We also broke this higher low. So we have created a lower low over here. So I wouldn't be surprised if the trend were to continue towards the downside. What do we need for that? Well, we need to see a further impulse below this level over here. So what I'm going to be waiting for is maybe just a pullback a little higher, then the move towards the downside, then a retest of that level, and then I'll be interested to get in over here. So then short Kiwi dollar further towards the downside. So yeah, it all depends on what the dollar index is going to do this week. So yeah, let's stay sharp for the rest of the week and let's enjoy. So thank you all for watching once again. If you want to like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. If you have any requests regarding any specific pairs that you would like me to analyze for you, just leave a comment in the comment section down below. So thank you all for watching and I can't wait to see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks.